So in today's video, I'm going to be comparing 17 different private golf club communities here in the South Carolina Lowcountry. I'm going to be telling you about whether golf is included or not included. I'm going to be telling you about the fees, the transfer fees, a lot of different criteria, comparing, contrasting, and I'm excited about it because I've never actually seen anybody else ever put out a list of all the private golf clubs and what they all entail. So if that's something that interests you, stick around because we're getting after it right now. Do you want to know everything there is to know about the South Carolina Lowcountry, whether it's Bluffton, Beaufort, Hilton Head Island, or Jasper County? Then subscribe below and tap that bell for notifications so you'll be the first to know about everything happening here. My name is David Simcox, host of this channel and a local real estate agent. I get calls and emails every day from people just like you looking to make their move here, and I absolutely love it. So whether you're moving in 3 days, 3 months, or even 3 years, give me a call, send me an email, shoot me a text, or you can always book a Zoom call by going to lowcountrylifestylesteam.com. Now, in today's video, we're going to be comparing and contrasting 17 different private golf club communities, and I'm going to be comparing them across about 10 or 15 different criteria. It's not an all-inclusive everything video. I just want to give you about 1 to 2 minute highlight of each neighborhood. And if you stay till the end of the video, I'm also going to be breaking down my top picks for different categories like best practice facilities, best value, several different things. Now, if you're looking for one specific community and you don't want to watch this entire video, you can just fast forward chapter by chapter and find the neighborhood that you're looking for. So without further ado, let's jump right into the first neighborhood. All right, so we are going to start with the private golf club communities where golf is included. So the first one we're going to talk about is Berkeley Hall. And Berkeley Hall, yes, the golf is included. And the annual HOA or POA, or however you want to describe it, right now is $28,104 annually. And the transfer fee is $125,000. Now, the median price has kind of gone up and down over the course of the past year, but it's ranged anywhere from $1.1 to $2.4 million. So that's kind of the price range of the houses. And your median price per square foot has kind of ranged from about $330 per square foot to $574 per square foot. Now, there are 2 golf courses at Berkeley Hall. You've got 2 18-hole Tom Fazio courses. There is no additional golf buy-in and no additional fees for the golf. Now, they do have a fitness center, and one of the really unique things about Berkeley Hall is they have this incredible 33-acre learning facility with practice bays, short game area, and it's unlike anything else around. They also have a river park community dock, so you do have access to the waterways. You can put in a kayak there. It's really close to downtown Bluffton. They do have racket sports. They do have dining facilities, and the homes are mostly starting around the early 2000s and all the way up to, brand new homes. They do have multiple dining options, and there are no minimums at the restaurants. One of the really unique things about Berkeley Hall is it is what's called a core golf course. That's C-O-R-E, meaning all the golf holes are in the center of the community and the homes wrap around the perimeter of the neighborhood. So there's many golf holes where there are no homes on the side of the course. So it's really beautiful and really a unique experience. The next neighborhood that we're going to talk about is called Belfair. And Belfair is also a golf included or golf mandatory club. The annual POA fee or HOA fee is $24,749. And the transfer fee or the buy-in fee is $100,000. Now, the median price point is very similar to what we just talked about. It's going to range about $1 million to $2.2 million. There will be a few that are over that, a few that are under that, but that's the bulk of them. The median price per square foot is going to be, again, about $350 to $500. They also have 2 Tom Fazio designed 18-hole championship courses, no extra buy-in for golf, no extra annual golf fees. They do also have a fitness center, and their practice area is on par with Berkeley as well, no pun intended. They've got a 29-acre learning center and practice center with the covered bays and all the gadgets and electronics and tracking. So incredible golf learning center there. No waterfront access in this community though. It's also very, very close to downtown Bluffton, so great proximity to shopping and dining and restaurants. They also have the full array of racket sports. Most of their homes are going to be, well, there's many homes in there that are from the 1990s to about 2010 that are 2010 to brand new. You'll find a few brand new homes in there. They have dining facilities, no minimums on the dining. And the one thing I'll mention about Belfair is they're most known for their avenue of oaks. When you drive in the community, it's got just a long row of these beautiful, huge oak trees draped in Spanish moss, and you feel like you're pulling into some, antebellum mansion when you go in there. It's incredible. The next community we're talking about is Colleton River. And Colleton River, again, is golf mandatory, or it's included in your fees. Right now, their annual dues are $31,542. And their transfer fee or buy-in fee is $125,000. The median price over the past year has kind of ranged anywhere from $2 million to $5 million. So a little bit higher on the median price point. The median price per square foot is also a little bit higher. So they've been ranging anywhere from about $390 to $678 per square foot over the past year. Now, they're a little bit unique. They have 2 18-hole championship courses, but 2 separate designers. So they have a Jack Nicklaus course and a Pete Dye course. So if you want that variety, it's a really good option. Again, no extra golf buy-in, no extra golf annual dues. Of course, all of these places are going to have your cart fees and little miscellaneous fees, but they also have incredible fitness centers. They have a practice range, warm-up area. They also have a community dock, so they do have access to the waterway. And this one is on the far side of Bluffton, pretty darn close to Hilton Head, so you have kind of access to both. They also have racket sports, kind of a variety of architectural styles in there. This one, there's a lot of homes that are from the 90s to 2010, and then just some that are like post 2010 to present day. There's still a few new homes in there, but a lot more are going to be from the 90s and early 2000s. They have dining facilities, and yeah, that's it. So now we're moving on to Hilton Head Island, and the first one we're going to talk about is Wexford. And Wexford is kind of a combination between a yacht club and a private golf club. And their annual dues right now are $22,004. Their buy-in fee or their transfer fee is $70,000. And the median price points, again, are a little bit higher. They kind of range from about $2 million to $5 million. And the price per square foot is also a little bit higher. It's been ranging from about $500 to $700 per square foot. And they only have one golf course, which is an 18-hole Arnold Palmer course. They have, of course, a practice area, practice greens, warm-up area, driving range. The unique thing about this community is they have an incredible marina with its own lock system, meaning the water stays at one level, which is really great for storing your boat, and it's close to the ocean. So if you're one of these people that like to golf and boat and maybe even travel a little bit up and down the East Coast, this is a great spot. It's on Hilton Head Island, so of course it has great proximity to shopping and dining and beaches and nightlife and all that. So really a great option. The next one we're going to talk about is also on Hilton Head Island. This is Long Cove. And Long Cove, again, the golf is included in your fees. And the annual fees right now are $19,515. And the buy-in is $50,000. Now, the median price in this neighborhood is a little bit less. It's been ranging from about $1 million to about $2.5 million. The median price per square foot is also a little bit less. It's about $350 to $450 per square foot. One golf course in here. This is an 18-hole Pete Dye course, and I believe they're also part of the Troon network. So if that's important to you, that's good to know. No extra golf buy-in, no extra golf annual dues. They do have a warm-up area, putting area. And this is one of the coolest things about Long Cove is they also have a marina on the waterway. And if there's slips available, the marina and the dockage is included in your POA. You don't have to pay extra. And I think that's just a huge benefit, because if you're paying for dockage in any of these other communities, it could be thousands upon thousands of dollars annually. So I think that's a huge bonus. Again, it's on Hilton Head Island, so it's got great proximity to the shops and dining and restaurants, beaches, so on and so forth. All right, now this next one is a little bit different because it's out on an island called Daufuskie Island, and there's no bridge to this island. This is called Haig Pointe, and if you want to get to and from Haig Pointe, you have to take a ferry, and they don't allow cars in the neighborhood or on the island except for a few of the service workers. So everybody is just driving golf carts around, which I think is pretty awesome. Golf, everything's included here. The annual dues right there are $20,745. The transfer fee is 1%, but it's typically paid by the seller. Everything's negotiable in real estate, as we know, and there's a pretty good variety of prices in here. I've seen things, median price points from 600,000 up to about 1.7 million. Of course, there'll be a few things below or above that. And price per square foot is also pretty reasonable. I've seen a range from about $250 to $500 a square foot. They have two courses. One of them's an 18 and one of them's a 9. They're both designed by Reese Jones, and they're also part of that Troon network. Now, they do have an extra golf buy-in fee. So if you want to be a member of the golf club, $65,000. So they also have a fitness center, they've got a practice area, and they also have a marina out there. So if you want a boat, obviously it's an island. Boating is extremely important out there, and it's just such a unique experience. I mean, you're a 5-minute ride from Hilton Head Island by boat, but you feel like you're a million miles away. I mean, it's a really unique experience. And I've made a couple of videos about Daufuskie Island, so if you want to go back and watch any of those, you can learn a little bit more about it. They also have equestrian facilities out there. They've got dining. The homes are a little bit older, so most of them were built in the 80s and 90s. There's a few that are in the 2000s, and of course, once in a while, you find a new one. They do have dining options, and I believe they do have a minimum spend at the dining facilities. And again, I already mentioned the fact that there's no cars, is a golf cart only community, which I think is pretty interesting. All right, so the last community that I want to talk about that is golf mandatory is called Spring Island. And Spring Island is actually, you have to go in the gate of Callawassie Island and cross another causeway to get out to Spring Island. Extremely private, kind of secluded neighborhood. The annual dues there are $37,695, and the transfer fee is $150,000. Median price point ranges from about 2 million to 2.5, but I definitely have seen homes there go for, 5 million and over. So that's just kind of the range. The price per square foot is also on the higher side. So I've seen kind of ranging between $600 and $750 per square foot over the past year. They have one golf course, which is an 18-hole Arnold Palmer course. They, of course, have a driving range, putting area to warm up, and they also have a waterfront area with boats and guides and fishing guides and that sort of thing. Location-wise, this is about halfway in between Bluffton and Beaufort. So if you want to kind of have the best of both worlds going back and forth between the two, it's kind of right in the middle, but it's also not super close to dining and shopping options. You're probably going to be a 15-20 minute ride to get to grocery stores and shopping and that sort of thing. So if you like sort of that secluded private life, that might be a good option for you. They also have equestrian facilities out there and shooting facilities out there. They have a couple homes that I've seen over the past year that were built in the late 1990s, and then most of them were, up to the present day. Not a whole lot of transactions happening in that community, so I was a little bit limited on the data. This one I'm going to be very short on. Well, first of all, we are moving on to the private golf club communities where golf is not mandatory. It's an optional add-on, but they're still private, meaning if you want to play on these courses, you have to be a member or live in the neighborhood and buy into the membership. So this first one I'm going to mention, I'm just going to touch on it because in full transparency, I don't know that much about it. I haven't been out there, but it's out by Beaufort, and there is a real estate company that operates out of there, and they do most of the business. But some of my friends have been out there, and I hear it's absolutely gorgeous. So I'm going to tell you about it, and you can look into it if you're interested. It's called Brays Island, and annual HOA dues or POA dues are around $36,000. This is all through word of mouth, so I haven't 100% verified these numbers. So just take this sort of not verbatim. The transfer fee, I believe, is about 2% of the property value. I've looked on the website for this Brays Island community, and I've seen homes from about 2 million to 6 million. Median price per square foot, I don't know. I know there's an 18-hole run Garl course. I don't know if there's an extra golf buy-in. They do have boats, storage, guides. It's kind of like this hunting plantation that just so happens to also have a golf course. And one of the interesting things out there is only about 4% of the plantation is residential acreage, and then the other 96% is all like nature preserve land, and like hunting and shooting is a big thing out there. It's kind of remote. It's out in Sheldon, which is about 20 minutes outside of Beaufort. And like I mentioned, there is a real estate company that works that particular neighborhood. And if you are interested in that, let me know. I can refer you to them and get you the information. But it's kind of a very private neighborhood that most outside real estate agents and brokers like myself, we're not in and out of there on a regular basis. But I want you to know about it because I want you to know about everything in the Lowcountry. And the homes are not on the MLS or on Zillow, so they're all kind of private listings. All right, moving on to Callawassie Island. Now, Callawassie Island is, again, golf optional. The annual dues, there's a couple of different dues, but they add up to about $19,352 per year. And the transfer fee is $75,000. The median price point is about $850,000 to about $1.2 million. So there are some options if you want to be under $1 million and in a private club. This is a good option. The other thing I like is the median price per square foot is about $250 to $350 per square foot. That's quite a bit less than all the other neighborhoods that we've looked at so far. And they've got 3 9-hole courses, so it's 27 holes of Tom Fazio designed golf. So they typically will, if you're playing 18, they'll just have you play 2 of the 9s, whatever. I say that golf's not included, but golf is not that much extra. So if you want unlimited golf, you can pay $5,100 per year and you get unlimited golf for your entire family. I think that's a pretty great deal, and no extra golf buy-in. And you can also just pay per round. So if this is a part-time home and you don't want to, you're only spending 2-3 months a year or whatever, you could just pay per round. There's no extra buy-in. I think it's a great option for only $5,100 a year, or pay as you go. Of course, they've got driving and putting practice areas. They also have 3 community docks available, and this one is also halfway in between Bluffton and Beaufort. I mentioned earlier that you have to cross through Callawassie to get to Spring Island, so that's what I was referring to. You come across a causeway to get to Callawassie Island, and I would say most of the homes there were built in the late 90s and early 2000s, and then once in a while you'll find new or newer homes. All right, so the next community we're going to talk about is called Oldfield. And Oldfield, again, is a golf optional private golf club, and the annual HOA or POA dues without the golf are $13,325, and the buy-in is $65,000. Now, the median price range is going to be from about $800,000 to about $1.5 million, and the median price per square foot is going to be about $350 to $450. They have one 18-hole Greg Norman course, and I believe this one is also part of the Troon network. The extra buy-in, if you want to join the golf club and you want to play golf, it is $10,000 buy-in and $7,980 per year for the household. I believe they will give you a certain amount of rounds that you can play per year if you do not join the golf club. They also have a driving range, putting area, and I'd say one of the unique things about Oldfield is it has this, of course they've got fitness center and all that, but they have an outfitters center and they've got fishing guides down on the river and multiple community boats. And a lot of the people that live here are just as much into fishing and the outdoors as they are into golf. And they've got fishing guides that'll take you out in the rivers, but they also organize a lot of like international fishing trips where they'll go down to Nicaragua and Central America and South America as a big group, and they do like deep sea fishing, which I think is really neat. They also have an equestrian center, and this is about maybe 15 minutes outside of downtown Bluffton. It's still considered part of Bluffton or Okatee. It's still in Beaufort County, but it is just a little bit outside of the main downtown area. So proximity to shopping is a little bit more limited than some of the others. All of the homes that were in this neighborhood were built after the year 2000. So they are going to be a little bit newer, and they do have dining options in there. And one other thing I was going to mention, which is kind of unique, is if you live in Oldfield, you also get a reciprocal membership to Turkey Hill, which is a plantation where you can do clay target shooting. And I believe they also have like dove hunts and things like that. All right, we're moving on to Hampton Hall. And Hampton Hall, again, is golf optional. And the HOA fee in here without the golf is only $6,372. And the buy-in fee is $36,593. The price range, the median price range is going to be from about $900,000 to about $1.2 million. And the price per square foot is going to be ranging from about $300 to $390 per square foot. They have one course in there, which is an 18-hole Pete Dye course. Now, if you want to buy into the golf club, it's going to be an additional $25,000 buy-in, and the annual dues are going to be $7,980 per year for unlimited golf for your family. They have an incredible fitness center. Of course, they've got the golf driving range and practice area. It's right in the heart of Bluffton. So if you want proximity to downtown Bluffton, shopping, dining, restaurants, all the things that are associated with Bluffton proper, this is a great option. They have all the racket sports. They have an incredible indoor lap pool, which I think is a bonus. Most of the homes in here were built from 2000 to 2015. And there are, of course, some new or newer homes available as well. They also have dining options, and I think it's a fantastic community. All right, now we're moving on to Palmetto Bluff. Now, I've made multiple dedicated videos about Palmetto Bluff, and even a video recently that went through all of the Palmetto Bluff fees. So if you want a detailed Palmetto Bluff fee video, you can go back and watch that. It's very much an a la carte community where you pay for what you use. So the base fee, if you're living in there, is going to be $8,745 per year. And the transfer fee typically is $50,000, but as of right now, they've got a temporary hold on that. So if you were to buy, this year or in the near future, you might avoid paying that $50,000 transfer fee. Price points, you're going to be from median price point is $2 million to $5 million. I very rarely see things in there for under $2 million. And I say it's between 2 and 5, but there could be things for 8, 9, 10 million, obviously as outliers. Price per square foot, we're getting up there now. So price per square foot typically is from like $650 to $900 per square foot. And they've got 3 golf courses. They've got an 18-hole Jack Nicklaus course. They've got an 18-hole Core and Crenshaw course. And they have a 9-hole King Collins course. Now, their golf memberships, they've got what they call a Tier 1, Tier 2, and Tier 3. And if you want to play all 3 courses, well, go back and watch the video. I'm not going to get super deep into it right now. But Tier 1 is a $200,000 buy-in, Tier 2 is a $100,000 buy-in, and Tier 3 is a $20,000 buy-in. The annual dues for a Tier 1 membership is $22,000, Tier 2 is $12,500, Tier 3 is $5,000. But again, if you're interested in golf, go back and watch that video because there's a lot of nuances, those Tier 1, Tier 2, and Tier 3 memberships and how they work and what courses you can play, how much you can play, so on and so forth. They also have a great driving range, putting area, and there's a great marina down there with dry dock storage. They've got a boat launch program. They've got a boat club program where you can go out and use their boats. They have captains, they have guides. So very much an active waterfront area. It's about 15 minutes minutes to downtown Bluffton. And when you cross into Palmetto Bluff, it is quite a drive back to the village area. So there are restaurants and shops and little things in downtown, you know, the downtown area of Palmetto Bluff, but it does feel a bit removed from Bluffton proper. They also have a shooting club out there. They also have an equestrian facility. They've got a lot of different dining options out there. I would say that the ages of the homes, there's a few that are from like 2005 to 2010. The majority of them that I'm seeing are from 2010 to 2020. And of course, it's an ongoing project. So there are new or newer homes constantly being built. So if that's what you want, there is that available. All right, we're moving on to Moss Creek. And Moss Creek is technically part of Hilton Head Island, but it's actually across the bridge over on the Bluffton side, but it's got a Hilton Head address. And I say that it's golf optional, but the golf is very affordable, and we'll get to that in just a minute. So if you're not using the golf, the HOA dues are $8,775 per year, and the transfer fee is $45,000. The price ranges, I'd say the median price ranges over the last year are from about $800,000 to about $1.6 million. Price per square foot is from about $350 to $450 per square foot. They also have two golf courses, two 18-hole Tom Fazio courses. The way they handle the golf is they have what they call an activity fee. And the activity fee gives you access to everything, like all the golf, all the tennis, all the everything. And the activity fee is only $1,700 per year. So I say golf's not included, but it's not that much extra. They also have a driving range, putting range. They've also have a full marina with dry storage also, and it's an absolutely beautiful marina on the river. So if boating is also important to you, I think it's a great option. I mentioned it's just across the bridge from Hilton Head Island, and so if you want proximity to both Hilton Head and Bluffton, it's a really good option. They also have an equestrian center, so if you're into horses or horseback riding, you've got that option. Now, the homes are older in there. I would say that the majority of the homes are built in the 1980s, some in the 90s, and then some are in the 2000s, but definitely going to be a little bit older inventory in there. And of course, they also have dining options in there. Moving on to Riverton Pointe. Riverton Pointe is in Hardyville, and I've made quite a few videos about this because I feel like it has so much bang for the buck out there. It is a Toll Brothers community. So these are typically, you know, what I call luxury production homes. They're very beautiful. You can pick all your finishes. They're built to a very high standard, but it's not necessarily like an all custom home community. The HOA dues in there, if you don't do the golf, are $5,196, and the transfer fee is only $4,900. Price ranges, again, you're going to get in there for $700,000 to about $1 million. Of course, a few under, a few over. And the price per square foot here, based on all the other private clubs we've looked at, I think is a real value. $280 to about $300 median price per square foot. And they've got an 18-hole Jack Nicklaus course that they play, I believe they play PGA qualifier events out there. They play the Big East College Championship out there. It's a really good course. It's a really challenging course. And I think for the price that you're paying to get in the club and for the houses, I think it's maybe one of the best values. We'll get into that later. Now, if you do want the golf membership, I believe they let you play a certain number of rounds per year if you don't buy in. But if you want the unlimited golf, it's an $8,000 buy-in or transfer, and then it's $7,200 per year annually for the entire family. They have a great fitness center. They've got a practice range, putting area, no waterfront features. It is in Jasper County. I mentioned that because the taxes in Jasper County are a little bit higher, so that's something just to be aware of. It is just outside of Bluffton, so you're a 5-minute ride from Bluffton, even though it is in Hardyville. I'd say the big thing here is that it's new construction. It's all new construction. So if you want a brand spanking new house at a fairly good price on a really, really great golf course, I think this is a great option. And they will have homes that you can pick your lot, pick your floor plan, make your structural changes, pick all your interior finishes, and kind of do it that way. Or they'll have homes that are already, they've been curated by their designers and they're ready to go, and you can just pick one of their quick move-in homes. All right, we're getting close to the end here. I've just got a couple more. We are moving on to Dataw Island. And Dataw Island is out past Beaufort, and again, it's feeling a little bit remote out there. It's about 15-20 minutes out past Beaufort, heading towards like Ladies Island and that sort of thing. Golf is optional. The annual POA fee there is $10,119. The buy-in fee is $60,000. The homes range from about $700 to about $1 million on average. The median price per square foot is a little bit lower, $250 to $320. They've got two courses. They've got an 18-hole Tom Fazio and an 18-hole Arthur Hills course. As far as I know, there's no additional buy-in if you want the golf membership. It's just an annual add-on. So if you want the unlimited golf, I believe it's $4,944 per year. And they have other packages available. They don't just say it's all or nothing. So if you're there part-time, they do have other packages. They've got a fitness center. They have a full-service marina. The marina is awesome, and there's a great restaurant down in the marina. So if you are totally into boating and golfing, this is one to consider. Like I mentioned earlier, it is a little bit more remote feeling. It's out past Beaufort, and the homes are a little bit older. So there's going to be a lot from the 1980s, a lot from the 1990s, some from the early 2000s, and occasionally you find a new one. All right, now we're going to talk about Fripp Island. And Fripp Island, again, is way out past Beaufort, heading out by the Hunting Island State Park and the Hunting Island Lighthouse, which I've talked about on this video, on this channel before. This is kind of a place that is also a vacation place. I've done spring break here with my kids before, and we've rented houses. So it is a private golf club, but if you're a vacationer at the resort or you're renting one of the houses through like a short-term rental program, you can also play on the golf courses. So I say private golf club kind of loosely on this one, and the HOA dues or the POA dues kind of range depending on what level of membership you want. It's going to range from about $1,300 to about $13,000 because they have various types of club memberships. If you join the club, there's a $35,000 initiation fee. Homes can range from $500,000 to $2 million, and they have a lot of condo options. So I'm only talking about the standalone homes on those prices. The price per square foot ranges from about $320 to about $550, and they have two championship 18-hole courses. They've got a George Cobb course and one course that was designed by Davis Love III and Paul Cowley. Hopefully I said that right. They also have a full service marina out there. Like I mentioned, it's a little bit remote, so they've got some dining options within the community, but if you want to go to downtown Beaufort, it's going to be a little bit of a hike. A lot of older homes in here. There's actually homes that date back to the 1960s in here, 1970s, 1980s, 1990s, and then once in a while you find a newer one. Beautiful beaches though. We go there, we're going there for spring break this year, and incredible beaches, and you can ride around the whole island on a golf cart. It's really actually pretty fun. All right, last one I'm just gonna touch on. This one just became a private club. It was kind of a semi-private club, and I was just having a conversation about it yesterday, so I don't have all the details about how the private club membership is working, but this is called Cat Island. It's in Beaufort. I know the annual POA fee here is $935 per year. Homes range from about $550,000 to about $1.5 million. They have an 18-hole George Cobb course there. It's a smaller community. It's a private community. And again, if you want to check it out, they've got a great little website. All right, so I told you if you stayed till the end, I was going to tell you some of my top picks for different categories. This is just my opinion. If you want the best private golf club based on practice facilities alone, I would have to say that my number one and number two pick would be Berkeley Hall and Belfair. I think nothing else compares to their practice facilities. If you want the best private golf club based on proximity to shopping and dining and restaurants, I would probably say Hampton Hall would be a great option, or Berkeley, Belfair, or Colleton. They're all right on Highway 278, so super close to Bluffton, and they all have, 2 golf courses, at least those last 3 do. If you want a new or newer home, I think Riverton Pointe is a really great option. I also think Palmetto Bluff is a really great option because they both have ongoing building projects. And if you're looking for the best value, best bang for your buck, I would say Riverton Pointe offers a lot of bang for the buck. You're getting a brand new house at an affordable price, and the golf membership is very affordable, and you're getting a new home. And if you're looking based on cost per square foot, then I would say like Dataw Island might be a really great option as well. Thank you so much for staying till the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed learning about all the little things about all the private golf club communities here in the South Carolina Lowcountry. And of course, if I can help you find your own Lowcountry lifestyle, give me a call, send me an email, shoot me a text, or you can always book a Zoom call by going to lowcountrylifestylesteam.com. As always, I hope to meet you in person at some point, but if not, I will at least see you on the next video.